solution. We are still continuing from where we stopped in our previous lesson on roots of quadratic equation, and this is the second part of it. We are taking the first example A. Now on the board we have, if alpha and beta are the roots of 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 equals to 0, find 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. Now how do we approach this question? Let's go straight into solving this. We first of all write out this equation here, which is 3 x squared. Then we write plus 5x, then we have minus 2 equals to 0. So here we have 3. Let's write out the 3 very well. Okay, so we have 3x squared plus 5x minus 2 equals to 0. If you go back on our previous lesson on solving quadratic equation, please, I would advise you to do so if you have not watched it already. You will see we've looked at various ways of solving quadratic equation: the perfect square method, we have the completing the square method, the formula method, and then the factor method. So here we have to decide on what method to use in solving this. Now, based on what we have here, I am going to use the factor method. Now, to use the factor method, we start with, first of all, multiplying this first term and this last term by each other. So we have 3x squared, then multiplied into minus 2, and in doing that we have minus 6x squared. Now what do we do with our minus 6x squared? We look for its factors. By factors we mean numbers that can divide into minus 6x squared and then leaving us with 0 remainder. So what do we do there? We take the first factor, which is 2. 2 can divide exactly into 6 to give us 3. So we have 2x and 3x. Then 3 also can divide to give us 2. Then 6 can divide into 6 to give us 1. So these are the respective factors. Now the idea of doing this is so that we can be able to get a number that if we add them up is going to give us plus 5x. Now come to the sign of the middle term, which is plus. We put it here in front of the large factors. Then the negative sign tells you that the signs will be different. So the other factor will become, we have a negative sign. So if you simplify this, here we have minus 2x plus 3x to give us plus 1x. And then this is also going to give us plus 1x, seeing that is the same numbers. Then plus 6x minus 1x is going to give us what? Plus 5x. So of these three factors, the only correct one is this third one. So we are going to replace the middle term with its factors here. So over here we come, we write 3x squared. Now we are having plus 5x. We are replacing it by its factors, or with its factors, which is what? Plus 6x, and then we write minus x. Then finally we write minus 2, all equals to 0. Now let's wipe out this part here. Let's take it off. All right, so what do we do at this point? We factorize. Now in factorizing, we group these first factors here. Okay, we group these first factors here, which is 3x squared plus 6x. What is common? The first thing you notice is that 3 can divide into itself and 6. So bring out 3 as the first HCF. Then x can also divide. So we have x. Then we open the bracket. Now what comes in the first term? 3 into 3 is 1. Divide x squared by x. You are going to have x. Then we have plus. Then 3 into 6 will give us 2. Now x will cancel x to give us 1. So we have the content of the first bracket like this. Then we are going to give, if you understand, if you remember what we did before in the previous lessons, we are going to give a gap here, and then we introduce the same content of the brackets in the, and they'll put it here. So we have x plus 2, and then to get the factor, the HCF that will come in between these two brackets, Over here, this is plus, this is minus. The result will give us minus. If we divide 2 by 2, we have 1. So that is what we do to get the values there. So the next step is to group the common factors and the HCF together. So the common factor is x plus 2. That is, these two factors, we group them as 1, introduce a bracket, and we group the HCF together, which is 3x minus 1, and everything equals to 0. So at this point, what we can do here at this point is to say x plus 2 equals to 0, or 3x minus 1 equals to 0. From this statement here, we can be able to get the values of x. That is to say, x will become, if you take this plus 2 to this side, it becomes minus 2. And if you take if you solve this one, bring this one here, it gives us 1. Divide both sides by 3. So we have x here to become 1 upon 3. I believe you know how these results were gotten from our previous lessons. So now we know that x is minus 2, and then also x is 1 upon 3. X represents the first root, and for the first root we have that alpha is going to give us minus 2. Then the beta, which is this, is going to give us 1 upon 3. So since we know the values for alpha and beta, we can come up here and simplify the expression. So we say 1 upon alpha plus 1 upon beta. How do we solve this? We say equals to, put our equality sign, and we put our 1 upon here. Alpha is minus 2, then we write the plus, then we have 1 all upon. If you take a look at the value for the beta, it means that the denominator we have a fraction. So this is what we shall arrive at. We need to solve this. So how do we get the answer from here? We write this first fraction as minus 1 upon 2. Then here we have plus. Now what this 1 upon 3 means is that we are going to take the reciprocal of 1 upon 3, and that will give us 3 upon 1. Let me quickly show you what I did there. Our 1 upon 3 is the same thing as 1. This line you see here means divided. Then the denominator here is 1 upon 3. So what I simply did is to turn the division to times, and we replace this. This 3 goes up, the 1 comes down. So we have 3 upon 1, and if you multiply that, you are going to have 3. So that's the reason why what we have here is 3 upon 1. So let's quickly wipe that off and continue till we have the final answer to this question. So eventually we are taking the LCM of 2 and 1. The LCM of 2 and 1 will give us 2. Now 2 into 2 is 1. 1 times minus 1 will give us minus 1. Then plus, when you divide 2 by 1, you have 2. 2 times 3 will give us what? 6. So if you simplify that, therefore, you are going to have the final answer as 6 minus 1, which gives us 5 upon 2. So this is now the solution to the problem. I believe you enjoyed the lesson and you followed me as I took you from one step to the other. Please do subscribe if you have not done so already, and also hit the notification bell so that you will be notified when I release the next video, and also like and comment, and I will see you in my next lesson. Thank you for your time you spent in watching this video. See you in my next lesson.